you.
Speaking freedom, giving you the answers to be free.
We use the client to develop, to grow, and to bring out the best in themselves. We are simply a tool to help you learn how to make better decisions. Not just one decision, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Encouraging each person through each trial and tribulation.
Work call. Yeah, man. Gotta go in here and dance, but I don't get tired.
So I have probably about 15 minutes before I get to my general surgery appointment. This is not a Speaking Freedom Law video, so I'm not going to go into that yet. But this is a current events type of thing that I got going. But anyway, so 3 things that I wanted to address. One is the video that's going around of the dad taking his 2 daughters into the women's restroom, and old Karen and her cahooters ended up making a video, calling the police and doing some other shit. And then I want to talk about what's going on in the political space, kind of an update on what I said in a different video. And then lastly, man, I was really just going to talk about Jayz and Target, but I'm going to talk about Jayz, Target, and this big ticket fiasco or whatever. So in regards to the man taking his daughters into the bathroom, so first and foremost, men can be creeps, women can be creeps, and so when it comes to protecting your children, you can't be too careful. So I don't blame him for taking his daughters into the bathroom. I don't think that he did anything wrong. I think that the old woman that was trying to go to the bathroom, those old Karens, they mind went straight to something crazy, and instead of giving the man the opportunity to finish his business with his daughters and or explain himself, they jumped off the deep end. They took it to an extra, and so this is the thing, right? It's not even really about that. It's the mindset of the people that is acting like that. First off, let's start with their old. So she may have initially thought that it was something weird, but then afterwards they didn't went too far. You know how sometimes this is gonna be men alike what I'm gonna say. So you know how sometimes when a woman or man is wrong, right, and they so deep in the argument that now they got too much pride to say that they wrong, so they just go further than what needs to be gone. Like, okay, so example, whenever you have an issue with something or somebody and they do something wrong or whatever, sometimes y'all both get an understanding that one person is right and the other person is not so right? So in a lot of situations, once you've argued for 15 minutes your point, even if you still know that you're wrong, some people cannot concede to being wrong. Some people don't know how to be wrong. Some people, they don't know how to apologize. They don't know how to do none of that shit. So instead of saying, you know what, we apologize, we're gonna let you handle what you gotta handle with your kids or whatever, they decided to make a big deal out of it. And then the fact that they was recording, like the guy was in there doing something crazy, and I feel like he was even justified in taking his motherfucking time, because I just told y'all motherfuckers I'm in here with my daughters. Y'all see me in here with my daughters, and now y'all causing a motherfucking scene. So you know what, I ain't goddamn doing no speeding through or trying to rush my daughters because they had to use the bathroom, and I'm a single dad at this moment, and I'm taking my children with me. So when me and my children were traveling a lot, it was hard to stop and go to the bathroom and all of that, because as a single mom, especially after I had went through the sepsis and all of that, I just did not have the energy to do all of that. So I made potties in the car. Like, we had a truck, Big Red back then. So literally, instead of trying to force a situation or to, go inside, I would just not go inside. I would just stay my little self right on outside, and I would make room in the car. So with having a boy, it's easier for them to pee in bottles, but then I made a makeshift little thing for Naya to be able to pee too in the car, so I would not have to struggle with trying to get them in, monitor both of them, all of that. So I can't even believe those people went that far, because he was in there with his daughters. That's the sad part. The second thing that we were supposed to talk about, I said the guy in the bathroom with his daughters. Then I said the political scheme of things, or the landscape. What I see and hear when I see and hear a lot of what's going on is people that's losing control and panicking about losing control. Why do I say that? Well, first and foremost, the grand scheme of things when it comes to society is a lot different than it has ever been in our time. Okay, so I won't say that it's ever been like ever, because there were definitely periods of time when people had a lot of money, when people had wealth, black people in particular. And so literally, when it comes to what we see now, you got black people that are not only wealthy, but you got black people that are getting educated. You got black people that are deconstructing religion. You got black people that are doing all of these things to remove the mental slavery that has succeeded the physical slavery. Whether you're talking about people not wanting to work jobs, people realizing that the system is the same, it just changed the face of what we see and how things are played. So now, when we have a government established to go kind of against the native people to this land, or black, African, mulatto, all of the people that were original to this land, when you have that as the underlayment, then you got people that's like, damn, we've been in power all this time, we've kept them under wraps, but now the internet is making it impossible to withhold information from them. The internet is making it impossible to basically continue to play in their face. So what can we do other than try to take the power back? And so when I say they're trying to take the power back, that means that if we could change the voting landscape where it used to be in our favor and now it's not, if we could change just the way that they see themselves. Remember, a lot of what we see in the political space is mindset games, because if we can convince you that the other crowd is the problem, then you create inward fighting. If we can convince you that this is, the only way to live, whether it is working to live, like now we're beginning to rationalize that we are paying to exist on earth, basically, and every single natural resource has been put a price tag on it. So when you think about all of these things and the landscape of where society is today, it's not just wealth, it's not just success, it's not just one aspect of anything. It's like a total growth And guess what? You're still dealing with people that's scared of becoming the minority. You're dealing with people with a lot of different isms, a lot of different reservations, a lot of different anxieties because of guilt or the association of, damn, we did this to these people, and if they ever find out the truth, if they ever find out, what we know or what we do or how we do it, then guess what? Now they're going to regain and reclaim their power. And that is something that for a lot of people on the other side of the narrative that we support are thinking, we got to do whatever we can to hold on to the power that we got at hand as long as we can keep it, because they're waking up. And the more people wake up out of the idealism of this perfect world society where the government cares and they're going to protect and all of these things, when people wake up from the mind set and control that has been implanted from what we learned about the country, and that includes the fact that it is assumed that we were all come here on slave ships. The fact that you've been fed a narrative for so long that you probably can't even grasp something outside of the narrative that they're giving you. So when you think about television and all of these things that were presented to you whitewashed, then you kind of understand the angst. And that's not saying that we should be okay with it, but it's a natural part of the process. When people begin to lose power, things become in an uproar. They get upset because you done seen through their motherfucking shit, and now they can't get over on you. So it changes. It goes from denial to panic to unrest to they lose the control that they've had for so long. So I am on a lot of these fronts, I am happy to watch things play out, because a lot of times people have preconceived notions, they have their anxieties, they have their they put their spin on it, and they don't allow things to play out, which leads me to the next thing, which is going to be Jayz and Target. So I want to start this video by saying that there is a lot of things that are done that are not public knowledge. There are a lot of things that are done that can't be explained, and there are some things that you won't get it until you see it and understand the play. So with that being said, a lot of people got a problem with Jayz. They think that he's responsible for Tory Lanez bullshit. They are mad at him because they think that he is the blame for the Jayz and Damon Dash fallout, despite the fact that the narrative doesn't support that necessarily. They want to blame him for Colin Kaepernick and his NFL woes because Jayz ended up sitting at that table and some things changed, but they don't see how it was in black people's favor. They are mad at him now for this Target thing. They've been mad at him for several other things as well. His name was mentioned in the Epstein files from a tip line that happened in 2019, but it was supposed to be from 96, before Jayz was even lit, that he was supposed to be on Epstein Islands, which doesn't even make sense. But so I will preface this by saying I am a Jayz fan, not because I think that he doesn't do any wrong or anything like that. Oh, and then they mad because Beyonce and Jay-Z's age difference. or whatever. So I like Jay-Z. I think that for every accusation, there is a cause effect explanation. And so one of the things that I would say is a lot of things that Jay-Z has done in deals, people react when the deal is announced, but then later on it be revealed that Jay-Z also negotiated these different points for the community with whatever deal that he has negotiated. So I know when he did the NFL thing, he didn't just go and negotiate halftime shows. Like, he literally helped Colin Kaepernick get another chance. He did all of these things to help Kaepernick to get back in the NFL. And then Kaepernick took a settlement. Kaepernick decided he just had a lot going on, if I'm being completely honest. So it's a lot of things that good point to start. So the other day I was talking to my friend. Yesterday I was talking to my homeboy from the military, one of my best friends, and longest friendships that I'm still in constant communication with. So he's like, man, I ain't feeling Jay-Z because of the Target thing. I was really like, okay, people are entitled to their opinion, I get it. But then he went on to say how he didn't like that Jay-Z and Beyonce dated when they dated, because Jay-Z is 50 something and Beyonce is like 40 something. So it's like a 10-year age difference. But I think that she was definitely over 18 when they started dating. So when it comes to age difference, with the dating mindset, honestly, 10 years is not a big age gap depending on people, places, and things, the circumstances and situations. Now, when you get to 15-year difference or a 20-year difference, that's where I am kind of like, what the fuck you got going on? But anything other than like 10 and under, or I would say about 10 years and under can be a reasonable time period to be with somebody else. Now, I also will say, in the 90s, dating an older man was the goal. Like, that has been the thing the whole motherfucking time, is wanting a man that's mature, that can provide, that does all of these things. And a lot of people, I guess, act like that's weird now, which is weird to me, because honestly, people, as time evolves and things change. So back then, dating, man, if you really look at the history of the world, the evolution of understanding has grown a lot. So there was a time where you could marry a girl as soon as she got her period. There was a time, and that could be 10, 11, 12. There was a time where that was considered womanhood. I'm not saying that it's okay, but you have to understand the times in which things have happened in order to really judge it, because I think a lot of people are unreasonable. I think that a lot of people have problems with success that other people don't understand or explain. So the whole Jay-Z thing is funny to me, because like, I have to do a part 2 because I'm at where I'm going now and I can't keep talking to you. All right, bye.
can take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all inside of me is sexuality.
Thank you for joining Speaking Freedom as we continue to assist you with your daily growth and intuitive wisdom. Loving is a lifestyle and we love to love. Inspiration is how we fuel faith. Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.